Terlingua, Texas. It's known for being an abandoned ghost town, but some say the deceased are not at rest.
Pam Ware, who's been a clerk at the Terlingua Trading Company since 1987, is adamant that ghosts lurk in and around town. Her most chilling encounters occurred 29 years ago. For 3 years, she lived on the first floor of an eerie-looking abandoned house known as the Perry Mansion.
I would hear heavy footsteps and the dragging of a chain across the floor, and there wasn't a floor, but I could hear it dragging a floor. There were joists and there were rafters, but there wasn't a floor. But you'd hear heavy footprints on a floor dragging a chain.
Shortly after Ware's encounters, she had a conversation in the mansion with a guest. A mysterious old Hispanic woman claimed to know of Howard Perry, an industrialist who built and owned the mansion several decades ago. The woman told Ware that Perry would often sit on his private open breezeway of the mansion to face the school kids who would sing to him to start the day.
She broke into "Good morning, Mr. Perry, how are you today?" in her real broken English. You'd had to heard her do it. And I was just sitting there in goosebumps going, whoa.
To make things creepier, she claimed that Perry left a man to die in chains in the nearby Terlingua jail. And she believed the man may still be wandering Terlingua's ruins, searching for Perry himself.
So she gave me some moments of thought about what I was hearing. And after she told me that story, I never heard it again. And to this day, I don't know if she was a spirit or a person, because I never touched her. She had this aura, an untouchable aura about her. I sat down a distance from her and held a conversation with her, but I still to this day have doubts as to, because I never heard her come or go. I don't know where she came from or where she went.
While some locals feel more connected to the spirits, others have their doubts. Don Bauckham, pitmaster at DB's Rustic Iron Barbecue for 5 years, is one of the non-believers.
Personally, I don't, but some people do. I've heard stories about this and that, but it never phases me.
Despite Bauckham not believing, he understands that respect must be given to those who do.
There could be some cases where they've encountered some strange things here. Anything can happen. So I'm not either for or against. It's just whatever happens, whatever each person believes.
But to those who think the stories aren't real, Ware has a message.
Oh, I'd tell them to spend some more time here.
Whether you believe the stories or not, the ghost town of Terlingua is full of history and culture that is very much alive. In Terlingua, this is Ryan Phillips, ABC Big 2 News.